So I completely recorded a full podcast show yesterday and was going to post it today. But after the events that took place, I no longer see that one's even necessary. I am coming today. Hi, guys. My name is The Dark Side of Tea. Thank you for tuning in to my YouTube channel. I'm also going to be starting a podcast as well. So, for those who are interested in my podcast, I will be putting the details out there very, very soon. But can I just say this? Can I say this? Isn't it a great time to be alive as a black woman? OMG, I'm telling you, this is just so divine, everyone. But before I go into that, let me go into introducing myself. This is the dark side of tea. I am a black woman, of course, fully black, not biracial or in between or anything like that. And if you are, that is totally fine too, but I am perceived to be a light-skinned woman. Most of this platform, we are going to be talking about the light chick confessions. That's totally a play on words, guys. But as a light-skinned woman, I was motivated to start this channel because I got hip to Chrissy. For those who are familiar with Chrissy, I got hip to her platform earlier this year, and I really loved what she was talking about, and I was really in tune to it. And I was like, as time has went by, I started a Periscope channel. I have a Periscope channel as well, guys. And so a lot of the issues that she's spoken about dealing with colorism, I have talked about on my podcast. On my Periscope channel as well. So it was just kind of, and coming from more so from a light-skinned woman's perspective as far as why I support what my sisters are saying, particularly my dark-skinned sisters, because I have seen it so much in my own life, and so I wanted to go ahead and give a commentary and stand in solidarity with black women, because I really strongly, fully believe that the colorism divide amongst us, not saying it's really amongst us, but has been perpetrated on us, and in some ways we kind of perpetrate on ourselves, on each other, has really kind of caused a divide in our sisterhood. And I'm calling into arms a sisterhood for all black women, and allowing us to create a space for I love that Chrissy's creating a space for black women to talk about what's going on with them, particularly our dark-skinned sisters. They have to have a space, because being honest and being real about a situation, we can't move forward or have any real healing if we do not allow each of our sisters to share their traumas, their pains, and their triumphs. And so this is why I completely support what Chrissy's doing. I love Divine Dark Skin. I'm a subscriber. I'm also going to be I'm just completely just loving what she's doing. And there are other ladies on YouTube that I follow who have touched on colorism, and I think it's past time for women who are like me, who are light-skinned, who fall under that light-skinned category, who may not have perpetrated colorism against other black women, because I have dark-skinned women in my family. And just to give you guys my background, my cousin, a first cousin of mine, we are very close in age, and she's extremely, she's deeper melanated because her father is Jamaican, so that's where I guess we could say she gets that from her lineage from there. And so growing up, we were always called like really beautiful because we look alike, whatever. But she would always get like this backhand compliment, and y'all know that backhand compliment, oh, you're pretty for a dark-skinned girl. And that issue always used to bother me. Like over time, like she used to just take it by a grain of salt. But like I used to be so fiery, like, what's that supposed to mean? But so just kind of reviewing my own life, how I see how colorism has played among black women, and even with myself, it was so funny because me being a light-skinned woman, I was always considered, and this is my perspective on my experience with colorism, was when it was mostly from men. But I'll say this, my first introduction with colorism, and on a scale where it was kind of like a pushback, is when my family moved down south to South Carolina, where my father grew up. I was told by a group of brown-skinned girls, oh, you must think you're cute for a light-skinned girl. And I had no idea what that meant. And so that had really kind of, threw me back, like, oh, what's that mean? So that was kind of like my experience. But I really didn't get the light skin thing a lot. Mostly I got it more so within my family, like within my home with my siblings and my parents, because my mother is extremely fair skinned, fully black woman, just extremely fair skinned. and my dad was a brown skinned man. And then all my siblings came out very brown, like a deep brown. And I'm just like this really light, bright yellow, red, like what people call red. So I was kind of picked on, but it wasn't like to be malicious. And so I definitely knew the differences and the way people would talk about deeper melanated people, male or female, but I'm going to stay in the female perspective aspect of it at this time. How they do, because there was a girl in my fifth grade class, and I'm not gonna say her name, but she was made fun of, like, like just the really mean things. Like we have to be honest with this. Like that was some really mean things. And see, my thing, like I never participated, but I didn't do anything to stop it either. So it's like that is just as guilty as those who are doing it. Of course, like being a child, child kind of know wrong and right, but being the fear of being targeted because I was picked on so much growing up. Because let me tell you guys more about me. I was picked on more so on my phenotype, so not so much on my light skinnedness, even though that was another thing people tried to like pick on me, but that wasn't really what I was really picked on. I was picked on because I was told I talked white. Um, Also, I was picked on because of my nose, my lips, and my hair. I had what they call 4C hair, very kinky hair. I had wore really big glasses because I wore big glasses, and then I have a very wide nose and very full lips. So that was what I was really. And then I was super skinny with a big head. So I was picked on that. So I was like, I wasn't the popular chick. And then if I was considered cute, I was told by boys, especially in middle school, well, because you're light skinned, that's why I would date you. So I didn't do a lot of dating in middle school because I didn't like that. I was only being looked at because I was quote unquote light skinned. Nobody cared about that. I was into like really, like nobody cared about what I was into. I was into poetry. I was really into art. I was into, I read Time magazines. I used to read National Geographic. I read the encyclopedia. I was that chick in middle school, y'all, and in high school too. Actually, I was the theater arts marching band chick. Yeah, I was that girl. Which is cool. That's fine with me. Hey, you are what you are. So I never really had experience like that. Which is strange because it wasn't like I was popular, but it was like I was well known because I grew up with these people since like elementary to high school. So I was always well known, but I was never like that popular, pretty chick. But then something happened my senior year in high school. I finally grew breast, and I became like, oh my freaking god, who is this girl, right? But I was still like the nerdy Greek girl, so I never really maximized or optimized on that idea of being a popular, beautiful it girl, because at the time I was still very insecure because I was made fun of for the things that I thought was ugly. I really thought that I was an ugly person because of my nose, because of the fact I wore glasses, and and then I have a gap. So I was completely not the ideal, the ideal light skin chick. I was, and then I thought about if I was the ideal light skin chick, would I even have been interested? And I look at even my options of like men that I dated. I never had a particular this is the thing. I never had a particular preference for skin types. You know what I preferred? I was all about teeth because I got picked on for my teeth. So I was all about men or guys who had really nice teeth. So I didn't care if you were black, white, Vietnamese, Dominican, who else that I was into. I just didn't care. If you had nice teeth and took care of your teeth, I was so into guys who had nice teeth. Like I was actually reflecting earlier, last week when I was watching. I think it was last week. Yeah. Oh God, what's her name? Izzy's World. When she was talking about Asian men, black women, and I really thought about it. Yeah, there was this Asian guy that I was into. Well, I don't know. I was into him because I liked him because he was nice and he had really nice teeth. But he didn't speak English. I want to say he was Korean. He was more so Korean, not Vietnamese. Excuse me. He was Korean, and he didn't speak English. Was not his first language. And so he sat behind me in my English class, our language arts class, and we always doing like group writing projects. So since he sat behind me, I've always asked him, "Hey, would you like to be my partner?" And he was cool. He always shook his head. He never really spoke a word, and I could tell that he liked me, but I wasn't really sure because I know I had liked him because we had we just had this really cool chemistry. It was really weird. It was like we kind of knew each other. Like now, guys, I totally believe in past lives. Like I totally believe that. I think we probably met each other in a past life before because it was just a really we just had this really cool connection. But both of us were very shy people, so we never neither one of us made a step ahead to kind of do, like, try to make a relationship, but always kept it as a classmate friendship. But I just thought that was pretty interesting when I was watching her video, and I've read some other videos from a few Asian guys who were talking about Asian guys and black women, and I was like, yeah, I think he was really into me, but since we were both shy, neither one of us made a move. But anyway, but I want to get back to my platform and talking about black women. Oh my God, black women, y'all. I'm glad that the world is finally catching up, right? But this is so funny, and I want to put this out here. I want to say, black women, yes, let's all just live in this moment, right? Let's just bask in this moment that the world is finally taking notice of us. But at the same time, just know, as easily as they can praise you, it's just as easily as they can demean and flip on you. And so with that being said, I really say it's a serious time for us to call into arms with each other and really support each other, and to support each other's choices, whether it's a choice that you will do or not. I follow a few ladies here on YouTube. I follow Beyond Black and White, Christian Carslin. I said Izzy. Also Brooklyn Blue, who's also known as Kendall St. Charles. Can I say I love her, guys? I just got hip to her this year as well. Actually, I think I heard one of her YouTube videos like maybe a year or two ago when she was going by the name Brooklyn Blue. So I just heard like one or two of her YouTube channels before, YouTube videos, and didn't really know who she was, and didn't really get caught, and really didn't catch up to who she was until earlier this year, and listening to her and just following her. And I'm like, I really, really, really love what she's doing, what she's talking about, because that is just completely, she's like mother to me, because I'm a young woman. I'm in my 20s. So everything that she really speaks on, it was completely kind of how I was feeling and what I was seeing. She really put it into perspective, as far as she articulates it so well. I'm like, oh my God, she's saying everything that I was seeing, but didn't really know how to articulate it or how to convey the message. And so I definitely say, I know she doesn't have a lot of her stuff online anymore. I think you have to go through her website or be on her mailing list to get access to the remainder of her all her work that she's done. And I want to say, I think she's been on YouTube for like almost the last 10 years. So I'm telling you guys, I'm really behind, but hey, that's fine. So I definitely, you guys, get hip to her and find her, and really learn and just glean from this woman's wisdom. And I I thank God for her, because the stuff she's teaching is, I was never taught this growing up, and by my own mother, by the women in my own family. A lot of my experiences in my womanhood journey has been a lot of faulty mistakes because of the women in my life. Maybe they didn't know better, didn't care. That's my assessment. They didn't know better. And then also too, some just did not care to share or even give wisdom, because gosh, that's going to be a podcast for another time. I'm not going to get into that, but that's a very interesting conversation. But I really want to keep things high. And so as I follow these other women, I just say it's so important, Black women, that we support each other. And I really love that there is so much more of us coming out and telling our stories. This is so needed. It's so needed for us to no longer be hidden. We've hidden because one, they were hiding us, and two, they were lying to us. They, as far as this, the proverbial they. It's just we were hidden from media, particularly Black women, dark-skinned women. We were hidden as if we didn't have a voice, as if we were always just supposed to be the helpmates. But nah, enough is enough. Let's be a helpmate for self. It is time to be a helpmate for self, to level up for self and do what's best for you, what's in your interest as a Black woman. So if it's in your best interest as a Black woman to divest from Black men, then guess what, sis? I support you on that. If it's in your best interest to stay with a Black man, then guess what, sister? I support you on your decision for that. If it's in your best interest to put yourself into your career, to put yourself into business, into your spiritual life, into your financial, your economic growth, honey, I support you on that. If it's a woman who wants to be part of, I don't judge a woman on her sexual choices. That is her choice. I support you on your choice, as long as your choice is not infringing on me. and I'm not infringing on you. I really believe now that we are in a time where there's so much diversity in the Black experience, and we know that being a Black person, particularly a Black woman, our experiences are not linear. We have so many different experiences, especially here in America. Like, we have the city Black woman, you have the southern country Black woman, you have the West Coast woman, the middle America woman, you have the Afro Latina woman. You know, we have so many aspects of who we are, and I hate that a lot of times who we are gets clumped into this one, like this one big, oh, this is just Black woman. And that's not us. We are diverse. We come in all shapes, all sizes, all colors, all experiences, backgrounds. We are freaking amazing. There's also, I want to say this too, because I'm going to talk about this more in another video. I follow other Black women across the world, and to hear, their stories. And there was this one that stood out to me. This is, her name is Barbie Lewis, and the other young lady's name is Tia Taylor. And they had did a video together because Tia, she's an American Black woman who lives in Italy. And then Barbie Lewis, she's an Afro-Italian, so she's a Black woman who has been in Italy. She's born and raised Italy. Her family's Italian or Afro-Italian. And it was interesting to hear from Barbie Lewis's experience as being an Afro-Italian woman when she watches television or learns about Black culture. They learn about Black culture from television, and in her mind, they assumed Black women were light-skinned women. And I was like, what? But I had to think about it. In the movies, the TV shows, music videos, pretty much what is being shown of Black culture here in America, it has been light-skinned Black women who has been put on the forefront. And I said, hey, that's time for a seriously real conversation about that, because there has only been one phenotype of the Black woman that has been shown. And we have to be honest about that. That is not what Black womanhood is here in America. It's not just this one. And as a light-skinned woman, I'm not even offended to say that because honestly, I actually go on YouTube. I have been on YouTube, guys. I actually had a beauty channel some years back on YouTube, and I followed a few girls who complexions were like mine, because you want to get ideas on how to do makeup for your complexion. But honestly, most of my YouTube subscriptions were for women that were deeper and darker melanin, because I want to see. I know I do I'm a makeup enthusiast. So I always want to know, well, I have a lot of dark-skinned girlfriends, and I want to know, well, how can I do makeup on them, because they're so freaking beautiful. I want to get ideas and tips on how to really find better tools and equipment for them. So I was subscribed to a lot of deeper melanated women because of that. And then it's like, I'm loving now that Rihanna has opened up that market for us Black women to be featured, our deeper shades to be featured, because there is so much beauty in us. And honestly, y'all, I do not want us to fall for that okie doke with them Kardashian girls or the other makeup companies and them now wanting to market to us, when we always been here. We've always been shopping. We've always been using makeup. We've always been in the beauty industry, but they always want to kind of talk bad about our features. And I know that because I have big freaking lips, and I freaking love my lips. It took me to be around the age 19, I started to love myself, learn to love myself for who I was. You know what? Yeah, I got a big ass nose. Better to sniff the air with, damn. You know what? Yeah, I may have big lips. Better to kiss with, boo boo. Cause now all you Negroes who used to make fun of me for my lips, now y'all all want to slide in my DMs and say, oh, your lips so sexy and all this. And I'm like, shit, where was you back in high school? Okay, y'all wasn't checking for me. Remember, I was the little geeky nerd girl who was an ROT. Yeah, y'all, I did ROTC, marching band. I was in theater arts. I was that chick, y'all. So I was that chick. I was that nerdy chick, okay? Now y'all checking for me because I got a little cute now. Got a little hippie. I got a little hip on me. Now I'm cute. Too late, too sad. Y'all missed out on me. Boom. But anyway, ain't checking for you anyway. But yeah, so I'm not going to make this too long. I just want to really introduce myself to you guys and what my platform is going to be talking about. As you see in my banner, it says Light Chick Confessions. So that's just a play on words, guys. But I definitely if you understand me, I'm very witty. I'm a Libra, so I live in my head. I have so many. I tell you, I'm a nerd. I read, I write a lot. I'm like a true Libra. There's a funny story. A friend of mine, growing up, he used to call me Turtleneck T. Because I used to wear a lot of turtlenecks. So yeah, I'm that chick with the turtleneck on glasses. I'm that chick. I like turtlenecks. What's wrong with them? They're not cute. I think they're cute. They're cute on me, y'all. But anyway, I love a good laugh. I laugh at myself, and I feel like, things are so serious, and we got to be lighthearted, and I think that comes from me too. This we're in Sagittarius season. I am a Sagittarius rising, so I gotta lightheart some things, make you laugh, but we're also gonna make you think, because Libras, we be thinking and shit. We be thinking, but I'm just so excited to come out here and just say it. I'm telling you, it's a great time to be alive as a Black woman, and I'm here to stand in solidarity with all my sisters as we take the reins of our lives and to up level on all levels, dropping bad habits. We learned so much in 2017. Just the year, but I know 2017 for me has been just a really growing year to really step out and really do what you are called to do, walking into your soul purpose and letting go of people who are holding you back, whether it is if it's a male in your life, whether it's a family member, so-called friends. If you are on the mission to up level your life, then let's let go of those who are not trying to up level with you, because there will be people who you may thought had your best interest who really don't want to see you do well. And I'm about seeing you do well. I'm about seeing me do well and better than we have ever done and ever seen before, because I'm telling you, it is really a shift in the atmosphere. And this is so freaking divine, y'all, because I'm telling you, it's divine, and I look forward to sharing my story with you all, and also coming together as we talk about what is happening, and not just talk, because it's not just about talking, it's about actually doing the damn thing. It's about time to do the damn thing. So I don't want to make this super long. It's already about over the 20-minute mark, but all right, guys, you can find me on my social media site. Actually, I'm just on Twitter right now as the Dark Side of Tea. So I'm on Twitter right now. I'm on YouTube, and I'll be opening a podcast starting in January, so I'll be dibbling between that. I was looking at maybe starting a Facebook group, but I don't know yet. I gotta see, I don't want to jump ahead of myself. Let's just see where this goes right here. But all right, y'all, I look forward to talking to you guys later. Peace and applesauce. Bye, y'all.